the heart of a struggling neighborhood on the outskirts of Minneapolis, Minnesota, a young boy named Malik was born into a world of adversity. His mother, Iris, a resilient and hard-working single white mother, juggling 3 jobs to support her 4 children. And Malik, well, he was the youngest of 3 boys and 1 girl. And although he had never met his father, who was a black truck driver who had vanished from their lives before he was born, leaving Iris to shoulder the burden alone. No alimony, nothing. No child support, nothing. This absence loomed over Malik's life, branding him as a bastard child, a term that echoed through the hallways of his predominantly white school and neighborhood. Malik's mixed heritage left him straddling 2 worlds, yet fully accepted by neither. And in a community where the color of his skin set him apart, he was an outcast, a figure of curiosity, and most of the time, scorn. His mother's exhaustion was a constant backdrop to his childhood. Her face was always lined with the strain of endless work and worry. Iris's love was fierce, but often stretched thin. This left Malik alone to navigate his isolation. And the sting of his father's abandonment and the daily challenges of fitting into a world that seemed determined to reject him, well, this forged a resilience in Malik. He learned early to mask his pain with a hardened exterior, his young heart carrying the weight of questions left unanswered. The whispers of being a bastard cut deep, but they also fueled a quiet determination within him. Malik's journey was one of survival, his spirit unyielding in the face of adversity. And as he sought to carve out his place in a world that seemed intent on denying him one. So from a young age, Malik faced the harsh realities of his environment. The streets were his playground, and the alleys his refuge. His mother's grueling work schedule kept her away from home, often leaving Malik to fend for himself, to cook, to clean, to take care of himself. So the absence of parental guidance led Malik down a path of rebellion and delinquency. He became familiar with the shadows of his neighborhood, learning to navigate a world that seemed intent on breaking him. Despite the darkness surrounding him, an inexplicable inner light stirred within, a feeling of being destined for something greater, though he could never quite grasp it. And by the age of 14, well, Malik had started experimenting with drugs. He was seeking an escape from his troubled reality. The lure of temporary oblivion was strong, offering a brief respite from the harshness of his daily life. And at 16, well, he was tripping on acid, experiencing vivid, otherworldly dreams that would haunt him And in these dreams, he saw vast cosmic landscapes, stars being born and dying. And he felt an immense, ancient power coursing through him. These visions were fragments of his true self. He was Sol, the guardian of the solar system. But to Malik, they were confusing and terrifying hallucinations. And one night, while sitting on a graffiti-covered bench, Malik shared a joint with his best friend Tommy, a fellow misfit. The air was thick with the scent of weed and the distant whine of the city life. Sirens blared in the background. This was a stark contrast to the silence that usually filled Malik's mind during his otherworldly dreams. Malik asked, "Ever feel like there's something more to all this, Tommy?" Exhaling a cloud of smoke that seemed to blend with the night. Tommy laughed, a harsh, cynical sound that echoed through the empty streets. "Man, Malik, this is all there is. We're just here to survive. Ain't no grand purpose or big destiny waiting for us." Malik shook his head, his eyes reflecting the street lights and a hint of something deeper, something ancient. "I don't know, T. Man, I keep having these dreams. Weird dreams. Like I'm supposed to be doing something more than this, something important, something big. Like I was meant for more than just this." Tommy took a long drag, his expression skeptical. "Maybe it's just the pot, bro. Come on, Malik, maybe you're just losing it. You know, dreams are dreams. They don't mean anything. Come on, man, snap out of it." Malik sighed, frustration and confusion mingling in his voice. "But these dreams, T, they feel so real. I see these vast landscapes, cosmic stars. I feel like I'm birthing them and watching them die. It's like I'm a part of something bigger. It's like I can't even begin to understand." Tommy flicked the ash from his joint, his eyes narrowing slightly. "Man, you're overthinking it. Life's simple, man. You hustle, you get by, and you make the best of what you got. We ain't special. Like I said, we're just trying to survive." Malik leaned back, the rough wood of the bench digging into his back. But what if we are special, T? What if there's more to us than just surviving? What if there's a reason we're here? Something we're supposed to do? Tommy's laughter softened into a bitter smile. "Man, look around you, Malik. This is our world. It's dirty, it's rough, and this is reality. It's real, brother. If you keep chasing dreams, you're gonna lose sight of that. Man, Malik, dreams don't pay the bills or put food in your belly." A heavy silence fell between them, the weight of Malik's thoughts pressing down like the night itself. He wanted to believe there was more, that his dreams were a glimpse into a greater purpose, but the reality of their world was harsh and unyielding, and the path to discovering the truth seemed more impossible with each passing day. So as they sat in silence, the distant wail of a siren echoed through the streets, a real reminder of the world they lived in. Malik couldn't shake the feeling that his dreams were more than just the product of his drug-addled mind. They were a call to something greater. A whisper from the cosmos urging him to find his true path. Then at 18, desperate to escape the cycle of poverty and crime, Malik entered the military. The structure and discipline were a stark contrast to his chaotic upbringing. His new life was regimented and demanding, filled with routines and expectations that both challenged and would shape him. Malik saw the world beyond Minneapolis, Minnesota, experiencing cultures and landscapes he had only dreamt of. Yet, amid the camaraderie and the adrenaline, there was the ever-present shadow of violence and death. And during a particularly brutal deployment, Malik found himself in a remote desert outpost, surrounded by the relentless heat and the constant threat of danger. The weight of his experiences pressed heavily on him, and he sought solace in the quiet moments between missions. Then one evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a fiery glow across the sand, Malik approached his squad leader, Sergeant Davis. Hey, Sarge, you got a second? Hey, why are we doing this, Sarge? I mean, what's the point? Malik's voice was filled with a mix of frustration and longing for understanding as he gazed at the endless expanse of the desert. Now, Sergeant Davis, he was a seasoned soldier with lines of wariness etched into his face. He took a drag from his cigarette. The orange tip flared briefly in the dimming light. He exhaled slowly, the smoke mingling with the desert air. Hey, Malik. Sometimes there's no clear answer. You know, we're in the military. We do what we're told, hoping it does make a difference. We really do. But you, Malik, now you've got a fire in you. You know, don't let this place snuff that out. This isn't the whole world. This is only part of a world. Malik frowned, kicking at the sand beneath his boots. Sergeant Davis, it's hard to see the point when all I see is death and destruction. I mean, what difference are we making? Davis looked at him for a long time, his eyes reflecting years of hard-won wisdom and unspoken pain. The difference isn't always in the big picture, Malik. It's in the small acts, the lives you touch, the bonds you form. It's about surviving and helping those around you survive. And maybe, just maybe, finding a bit of meaning in all the chaos. Malik nodded, absorbing Sergeant Davis's words. And despite the harshness of his environment, he felt a glimmer of hope. He had seen the worst of humanity, but he had also seen moments of profound connection and bravery. It was in these moments that he found a semblance of purpose, a reason to keep pushing forward. But as the stars began to emerge in the vast desert sky, Malik made a silent promise to himself. He would hold on to that fire within him, nurturing it even in the darkest of times. He would continue his journey forward, seeking out the meaning and purpose that he had always eluded, and the purpose that had always eluded him. After the service, Malik returned home, back to Minneapolis. And while struggling to reintegrate into civilian life, he started his own security consulting company, leveraging his military skills to build a successful business. And for a while, life seemed to be stable. He married Rachel, a white woman who brought a semblance of normalcy and comfort into his life. Together, they had a child. And for a brief moment, Malik believed he had finally found the peace he had been seeking. However, as life goes, this fragile stability was shattered when he discovered that his child was not his, but his business partner's. The betrayal struck Malik to his core, unraveling the fabric of his newly built life. His business collapsed, his marriage disintegrated, he was left adrift in a sea of despair. The heartbreak and anger he felt spiraled into depression, pushing him to the brink of suicide. One evening, Malik sat alone in his dimly lit apartment, nursing his fourth bottle of whiskey for the week. The room was filled with a suffocating silence, broken only by the occasional clink of the bottle against the glass. As he stared into the amber liquid, his thoughts grew darker, contemplating the end of his suffering. Memories of his past flashed through his mind. His mother struggling to provide for her children. The bullying he faced for being different. The horrors he witnessed in the military, and the betrayal that shattered his world. He felt like a failure. Like a man who had lost everything worth living for. The weight of his experiences pressed down on him, suffocating and relentless. He was moments away from putting that gun in his mouth. But at that moment, the phone rang. Its sudden intrusion breaking the heavy silence. With a sigh, Malik picked it up. His voice slurred from the alcohol. Hello? Hey Malik, it's Jake. I know it's been a while, brother, but I need you, man. I'm getting married and I would like to have you be my best man. Malik hesitated, his mind clouded with alcohol and despair. I don't know, Jake. I just don't know, man. I'm really not in a good place right now. Jake's tone softened. A mixture of concern and camaraderie. I get it, brother. But you need this. We both do. Remember the times we served together in Serbia, in Afghanistan, Iraq? And you saved my life more than once, brother. Now you got that fire in your belly. And you know that's not meant to go out. Come on. Do it for me. Do it for you. Do it for us. The wedding's in Fayetteville, Georgia, at a little white chapel called Hopeful. It's just north of town. And hey, brother, you never know who you might meet next. Could be your next wife at my wedding, Malik. You never know. You know how these southern girls love them some good-looking city folk like yourself. Come on, man. Put your bells on, brother. Get down here. I really need you. Come on, Malik. What do you say? Malik closed his eyes. A trace of his old self trying to break through the haze. He remembered the bond they shared, the trust and companionship that had seen them through the darkest of times. The thought of reconnecting with an old friend, of being needed, of being wanted, as being a part of something other than the dread this room holds. Something stirred deep within him at that moment. All right, Jake. All right, brother. All right, man. I'll be there. And I'll get my bells on, man. I promise. I'll be there. As he hung up the phone, Malik felt just a slight glimmer of hope, a faint light in the darkness. The upcoming wedding was not just a reunion with an old friend, but a chance for maybe a new beginning, a step toward rediscovering his true identity and maybe purpose. The thought of seeing Jake again, of standing by his side, this gave Malik a reason to hold on a little longer. Hey everybody, thanks for journeying with us into the Crystal Hand Chronicles. Now if you've enjoyed the glimpse into the story, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and share it with someone who loves epic adventures as much as you do and as much as I do. So we've only just begun, and next week's chapter will take us even deeper into the light and shadow of this saga. I know you won't want to miss it. Until then, keep your eyes on the stars and your heart on the story. Good journeys.